Okay, so this is the second video. We have finished about the lesson. What you have to do is to copy the lesson. I don't want you to print the lesson because by copying you're going to learn it. It's the first level of memorization. Okay, so you copy it and you learn it. Then, you need to copy also the grammatical points that we have seen in this lesson. So if we recap, we have seen how to express differences with but, yet, however, which are usually found at the beginning of a sentence, while whereas are found in the middle of a sentence, no exception. And we have seen in the text lots of examples of how to use a comparative of superiority. So it should be a revision. So you've got a revision of the grammatical rules. So I'm sure you know that when the adjective is short means one syllable or two syllables if the adjective ends with y. And then you've got the long adjective, which are more than two syllables. So when it's a short adjective, you use er. When you compare, you obviously compare two things. So if you want to compare to the second thing, you need to add than. When it's a long adjective, you use more plus the adjective and then than to compare to the second element. Just in terms of spelling, for example, big you've got to double the G, right? And you've got some exception that I'm sure you know that, but you need to revise. Good, better, bad, worse, far, farther, or further. As we are seeing the comparative of superiority, it's quite easy to include the comparative of inferiority. So it's easier. You've got less, and I forgot, less plus the adjective, and then second element introduced with than. So the adjective, it can be short, long, there's no problem about this. It's all the adjectives. Then we have seen elements to express similarities. So this is the little word both that we saw that we can use only for two elements and with adjective or with nouns. So here you've got a little grammar exercise to practice comparison. It's easy, it's short, but it has to be well done. Okay, you can't make any mistakes because it's a revision. Then you need to create a mind map. So this is the one I made, okay, with Xmind. This is a very simple software that you can download on the web. It's free, and you can use it to create mind map. But if you don't want, there's no problem. You do it with your pens on your copybook. And I want you to copy it or to do it on a computer, but not to print it, because it's the same. When you do it, you memorize and you classify. So it's a mind map that we're going to use all along the sequence. So take the whole space, you know that you take your paper like this, your copybook like this, and not like this, okay? And you use space because we're going to add other words at each lesson, right? So musicals is the center. Then you've got a category about places, a category about theaters, a category about performance, and a category with the definition. So you copy it and you learn it. And then the final work that I want you to do, I want you to watch a musical. Sorry, there's a mistake. A musical, okay. I'm sure that some of you have already seen musicals, so I want you to see a musical that you have never seen. So I gave you some very classical and typical examples, which can be a bit old, but nevertheless they can be good, except for La La Land, which is quite new, I think less than 5 years. And if you have Netflix, if you are the lucky ones, you can go on this link, and you've got plenty of examples of musicals that you can find on Netflix, and maybe more modern musical. So choose the one that you prefer, okay, and remember that you'll use it for a little work after the holidays. So if you want, you can take notes on what you liked about this musical in terms of plot, in terms of actors, in terms of music, in terms of dance, in terms of costume, and in terms of the end of the story. So take some little notes about what you liked about this musical, so that you might be able to recommend this musical to a friend. Right? So think about this when you watch the musical, so that you don't waste elements, and you don't lose elements that are interesting. So if we recap your work, so it's for May the 6th, the Wednesday, first Wednesday after the holidays. You've got to copy and learn your lesson with all the codes. You've got to do your grammatical exercise. You've got to copy and learn your mind map, and then you've got to watch a musical. You can also watch different musicals if you like it. Okay, so that's it for today. I wish you to have and to spend great holidays, even if they are a bit special, but I'm sure that you can find interesting things to do. You can enjoy your moments with your family, and discover and take the time and this opportunity to discover new things about you, about activities, about your family. Right? So make the most of it, and I hope I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.